Well, the question of anti-Semitism in America is obviously a complicated one, as we see on the news all the time. I think that there's an important distinction in my mind to make between anti-Semites and anti-Semitism, and that is as follows. One of the lessons of Pittsburgh was not the fact that some deranged person, who was actually targeting a synagogue that was supporting immigrants who were not Jews, obviously immigrants of color, in terms of the Hayas group, came and murdered 11 Jews. I think that, as horrific as that is, I think the interesting thing about Pittsburgh was how the American community, American Muslims, Latino Americans, evangelical Americans, Americans on the right, Americans on the left, all came out in support of the Jews of Pittsburgh. It wasn't a sign of anti-Semitism. In some way, Pittsburgh was a sign of the lack of anti-Semitism. Not that there wasn't an anti-Semite that went and murdered Jews, but the entire country came out in support. That was not true in Germany, obviously, as you know. So I think the issue is...
In Germany, it was even more than that. There was more support in Germany. Germans were in favor of Jews. You know how the Nazi movement started? It started with Jews. With Jews. Jews and Nazis worked together with the settlement in Israel. They supported Jews moving to Israel. They wanted to help establish the state of Israel. That's how it started in Germany. The fact that verbally you hear about support in versus what happens in Pittsburgh, it doesn't mean anything. Let's not shut our eyes. Look, we are really facing a danger. It is gradually escalating and expanding. If we fail to recognize it, it's just like the Jews, while they were taken to Auschwitz in a train, they thought they were being taken on a trip. Let's not, God forbid, reach this kind of situation. In my eyes, in my view, I'm seeing a great danger. That's why I'm trying to awaken the hearts of Jews to actually recognize what is happening. What I'm seeing is that history is repeating itself, just like they didn't think that such a thing can happen in Germany, and Germans are so developed and educated and intelligent and so on, culturally and so forth. The Jews before the Holocaust were everywhere, as you know, in culture and science and literature, and they were in the top of German society. But what happened? None of that was actually what shut their eyes. That helped shutting their eyes. Because when I, for instance, went to talk in universities in America and a few places, so I was in this argument trying to tell them how can you not see what's happening. That was with the Hillel organization. That was maybe 8 years ago, 7-8 years ago. They didn't agree at all with what I was saying. Of course, they tried to shame me for talking about these things, about we are mixed with everyone, and look what's happening now. There's barely a safe place in campuses in terms of anti-Semitism.